When did pausing to celebrate start feeling selfish? Somewhere between the wonder of childhood and the weight of adult responsibility, it happened. Success became minimized and joy got tangled with guilt. What if celebration isn't indulgent, it's essential? What if knowing your wins, even the small, quiet ones, is part of the path towards a life that feels more like you? You don't need to apologize for feeling proud. Today I'll help you get there. Because as high-achieving women, you're allowed to feel joy. You're allowed to celebrate success. It's not selfish to love the life you're building. Find the full transcript and more resources for physician moms at inspiredmommds.com/55. You're listening to Inspired Mom MDs with host Cindy Van Prague, helping physician moms take back control and prioritize what matters most so they thrive in private practice and at home. Hi there, and thank you for joining me today. I stepped on the L train in Chicago in the smallest dress size I will ever wear, thanks to stress. In just a few stops to my medical school graduation, I would meet up with my entire family of parents, grandparents, brothers, and steady boyfriend, who's now my husband. This day was a celebration, and I was on cloud 9. I looked forward to the cap and gown and the group photos with my friends and the big meal out at the Berghoff. That's a historic restaurant where my great-grandfather worked for years. It was easy to celebrate. Completing medical school is a big win. And the big wins are easy to commemorate, like weddings or birth of a child, hitting a new birthday decade. And those parties are rather expected, right? But what about when those major milestones start to spread out? What of all the small wins that move you forward? Those seem to pale in comparison, and they may not feel worthy of celebration, but you know what? They are. Today is the last episode in the Chart Your True North series, where I put together a guide for following your inner compass towards what really matters. Many physician moms strive to have it all. I did. And we all fall short because having it all is a myth. The truth is, women can and should have what truly matters. They can live a life according to their own compass and values, and that is done by discovering and following your own North Star. It's never too early or too late to align your life's plans with your values and your dreams and what you love. It's never too soon to choose a path that's meaningful and intentional. Today is the last step of this journey, which is to celebrate your success, big and small, without guilt. I'll explain what I mean. Just a few days ago, I was cruising through LinkedIn posts, and I stopped at one that called out to celebrate success. The author listed admirable accomplishments with enthusiasm, and then she brightly asked the reader to list just one accomplishment, just one. But I couldn't do it. I kept thinking through my accomplishments, and somehow they either didn't feel worthy of announcing to the whole world, or I would feel like bragging somehow. After all, humility is a virtue, right? Or so I've been taught by cultural conditioning. Or more likely, it may be imposter syndrome was there in disguise. Maybe I was uncomfortable because I'm not fully claiming my success. Like I'm not worthy because anyone could have done that. And many people have done what I've done. So it just didn't feel unique enough. See, sometimes we don't feel worthy enough of our own success. So when we talk about it, it stirs discomfort because part of us still isn't fully claiming it. Now, imposter syndrome may still knock, but I don't open the door so easily anymore. Now I recognize these moments more readily and have more skills to shoo it away. One of those skills is knowing how to celebrate my success without feeling discomfort or selfishness or guilt. I'll tell you how I'm learning how to do it, even now, and how you can too. Let me tell you about the truth about guilt and joy for high-achieving moms. Return to that childlike expression of joy when they say, "Yay!" out loud, and they're sharing their wins. It comes so easily to children before they're trained out of behaving that way. They don't feel that twinge of guilt a high-achieving mom does. They don't ask themselves, was that too much? Should I have said less? Shared less? So moms, guilt in those moments isn't proof that you've done something wrong. It's you brushing up against old rules. Those old beliefs that were ingrained in you, that celebration must be earned and pride is somehow selfish. I implore you, let joy have a seat at the table and then send guilt to the corner. Your moments of joy are like a green light or that checkered flag at the beginning of a race to get you going. Those moments of joy are a sign that you are moving in the right direction towards what you value most. But sometimes small wins feel bittersweet. Take, for example, a mom who shifts energy away from work and towards her family. So let's say she gives away her weekend shift to attend her aunt's 80th birthday party. This actually happened to me. She felt the decision in her gut and it aligned with her value of family. Cool. But wait, when she returned to work, she had a nagging feeling that her partners were outpacing her, that she wasn't contributing her fair share. She definitely wasn't earning as much now. It was almost like choosing her values meant she was losing ground in her career. This is the danger of the all-or-nothing definition of success. It tells her that her small win of attending the family party doesn't really count because, in turn, she feels left behind at work. So this all-or-nothing thinking whispers to you that slowing down means you're giving up. You can imagine what happens then. So this woman, or me, feels farther and farther behind from the finish line. But here's the truth. Success is right in front of her and me. That moment she chose to give away a call, she found success. When singing happy birthday to her 80-year-old aunt, she found success. And the extra 3 hours of sleep she gained that weekend, success. We're all taught to wait to celebrate these big milestones, but in doing that, we miss the small wins that are right in front of us, and those small micro wins add up, and they add up to big momentum. So why do these small wins deserve a big celebration? Well, again, we tend to think success arrives with a bang, like a graduation, a promotion, a published paper, a perfect outcome, perfect case. But more often it shows up quietly in whispers, not fireworks. Success is momentum, not just milestones in our life. Success is the subtle shift towards what matters most. It's the sacred pivot that says, I'm choosing what aligns today, even if it's small. It's saying no, not because you aren't capable, but because your body tells you no. It's closing your laptop at 6 p.m., not because the charting got done, but reading a bedtime story is worth way more than an empty inbox. And it's sitting in silence for 5 minutes, just 5, because reconnecting with your why that day helps you remember who you are beneath your title and your degrees. These are not small things. They are quiet revolutions. They are acts of resistance in a culture that glorifies burnout. Every one of them points you towards your true north. And when you start to notice these micro wins, you begin to feel a shift, not in your schedule, but in your spirit. And then you realize you are following your true north, one aligned choice at a time. So the quiet wins deserve the loud joy. Big wins? Yeah, we're trying to celebrate those. Med school, board certification, landing the right job, marrying the right person, the list goes on. Those moments come with the claps and congratulations, but what about the quiet ones, the ones that don't make the headlines, like finally saying no without guilt or giving yourself permission to rest before you hit a wall? Are those just bragging? Let me be clear, no. They are worth celebrating, because celebration is not a luxury, it's a form of alignment. It tells your brain and body this matters, and that's how you build momentum that lasts. Okay, here's a recap of what I explored today. 1, moments of joy signal celebration, not guilt. 2, name that trap of all or nothing success thinking. Name it when you see it so you don't miss the small wins that are right in front of you. And number 3, reclaim the power of micro wins, those little pivots that whisper, I am honoring what matters most. Now, here's your invitation to celebrate. Mindfully choose today, right now, whether you're driving or just zoning out on the couch. Pause, name your win that you had today, and feel proud of it with intention. You don't need to earn either the win or the celebration. You don't need to earn the right to feel proud of yourself. You already qualify, just as you are, especially as you are. Thank you so much for listening today. I had so much fun putting together this whole True North journey towards what matters most in these past 6 or 7 episodes. Please share any of them or today's episode with someone you care about today. And don't forget to join me next week for another dose of support and inspiration. Until then, take care of yourselves and take care of those who matter most. It's time to take control and thrive. Thank you for tuning in to Inspired Mom MDs. Please share with other physician moms and leave a review if you found value from this podcast.